Hi, and welcome to Run Tall with Tim. I'm Tim, and today is a summary of all of the different workouts that were completed for week 4 of a 15-week half marathon training program using Garmin Coach. Now, throughout the week, I have been posting each of these workouts individually as I completed them. So if you want to check that out, I'll put a card above so that you can just click on that and it'll take you to a more expanded version of each of these different workouts. Now, before I get into talking about these different workouts this last week, I just thought I'd share with you really quick some results that I got from doing an informal comparison between using the built-in wrist heart rate monitor in my Vivoactive 3 with using a chest strap that is paired with my device. So kind of what prompted this, it just seemed like my heart rate was being measured in zone 5 a lot of the time, maybe more than it should. So it was suggested by you guys that maybe a chest strap might do a better job of measuring that heart rate. So on Wednesday, I used the built-in wrist monitor to measure my heart rate, and it was an easy run, and I was running an 8:42 minute mile pace on average, and the wrist monitor had me in zone 5 most of the time. Now on Friday, I was running a progression run, and I was wearing a chest strap to measure my heart rate. And it was a more intense workout, and I was running nearly 20 seconds per mile, per minute mile faster than the easy run. So I was running at an 8:23 minute mile pace on average for that workout. And it had me measured in zone 4 most of the time. So clearly there is a difference between using the built-in wrist heart rate monitor with using a chest strap monitor. So I just wanted to give a shout out to you guys who had suggested that I switch up and start using the chest monitor, because I think it is a more accurate measure of my heart rate and will give me better metrics that I can share with you. More testing to come. I'm going to wear the chest strap tomorrow for an easy run, and I'll be excited to see how it does for that. And I'll just keep you updated as we go. So having said all that, let's just get into the workouts. Hey everybody, so it is Sunday, April 4th. It's the first day of week 4 of our half marathon training program, and it starts off with an easy run. So I'm going to begin by doing a 5-minute jog to warm up, and then I'm going to run for 35 minutes at our easy run pace, which is between a 9:14 and 10:14 minute mile, and then I'll finish the workout with a 5-minute jog to cool down. Now, I am back out at the state park today. I had so much fun doing some exploring and trying out some new trails last Friday. I thought I'd do the same today. So I'm going to be running kind of in an opposite direction, places that I have not been before. So I think, it should be a lot of fun. I know that I'm really going to enjoy it. It's a sunny day. It's in the 40s still, so it's a little bit cool, but a perfect day to be out here at the park. There's no wind at all, so it feels warmer than the 45 degrees Fahrenheit that it is. So I'm really looking forward to today's workout, and I'll let you know how it goes. So I had a lot of fun out at the state park on that easy run. Let's take a look, and we'll break the numbers down. And to do that, again, I'm using the Garmin app. And you can see that I went 45 minutes and 6 seconds for a total of 4.9 miles. And I'm going to scroll over now and just take a look at some of the averages. My average pace was 9:12 minute mile, so pretty darn close. If you recall, the workout called for a 9:14 to 10:14 minute mile, so I'll take a 9:12. I felt pretty good today. The average speed was 6.5 miles an hour, so not exactly tearing it up, but again, that's not what the workout called for. So my heart rate was 162 beats per minute on average. My average run cadence was 187 steps per minute, so not too terribly bad. And then you can see my elevation gain and loss there. Okay, so let's scroll over and we'll take a look at the lap times then. So my 5-minute jog to warm up, I was warming up at a pretty slow pace. It came out at a 10:50 minute mile, so really taking it easy, getting into my workout. And then lap 2, I kind of settled in, a 9:02 minute mile, and then an 8:53, a 9:38, 8:49, 9:06, and then a 9:24, and then lap 8 was lap 7 and 8 were all a part of that cool down period. So it was a 9:24 again for lap 7, and then a 9:21 for lap 8. So that's it. That's the breakdown for Sunday's easy run. The next workout is on Tuesday, where I'm going to be running some speed repeats. So let's check that out. So it is Tuesday, And so today I'm going to be running some speed repeats. Came back down to the state park, my favorite place to be. So the format for today is I'm going to start with a 15-minute jog to warm up. And then I'm going to run at a pace of 7:14 to a 7:34 minute mile for 5 minutes. And then I'm going to take 3 minutes to jog to recover. I'm going to repeat that cycle 3 different times. And then I'm going to move right into the second set of the speed repeats. So I'm going to run then for 30 seconds, running at a pace of a 7:04 to a 7:24 minute mile with a 1 minute to jog to cool down or to recover. And then I'm going to repeat that cycle 6 different times, and then I'm going to end the workout with a 15-minute jog to cool down. I'll let you know how it goes. So let's go ahead and break it down and see exactly how I did do for these speed repeats. I'm going to start with the overview, and again I'm using the Garmin app to pull this information from. And you can see that total time for the workout was 1 hour and 3 minutes and 7 seconds. I went a distance of 7.45 miles. And let's scroll over now and we'll take a look at some of the pace averages. My average pace was 8 minutes and 28 second minute mile. My average speed was 7.1 miles an hour with a max speed of 10.1 miles an hour. So let's scroll over again and we'll continue looking at that same averages. And we have a heart rate of 163 beats per minute with a max heart rate of 179 beats per minute. I always like to look at my run cadence. It was 191 steps per minute on average with a max cadence of 222 steps per minute. So let's call up and we'll look at the average paces by lap. And we can see that, the first couple of laps were my warm-ups. And then lap 3 starts with the first of the 5-minute segments. And I was running an average pace of 7:15 minute mile, so right in the range that Garmin was calling for. Lap 5 was a 7:21. And we'll move over and we got lap 7, which was a 7:16 minute mile. Then lap 9 was a 5:49 minute mile, so apparently moving out there. And then we'll go over again. Lap 11, 6:24 minute mile. 13 was a 6:33. Lap 15 was a 6:22. And then lap 17 was a 7:20 minute mile. And then 19 was a 5:42. And then lap 21 was a 9:15. And then lap 23 was at 7:39. So it just kind of looks like lap 21, 22, and 23, those were my cool down periods. So let's scroll over and just look at it visually for a quick sec. And you can see the paces and you can see the spikes in that blue graph of where I was actually running the speed repeats themselves. And then we'll scroll over, we'll look at heart rate. Again, my average heart rate, 163 beats per minute with an average or with a maximum of 179. And then I always, again, like to look at my cadence, and you can see where that is 191 steps per minute on average, represented there in that purple graph. And then my heart rate zone, you can see that I spent most of my time in zone 5, which is where I should be on a fast-paced workout like speed repeats. So there it is. That's the breakdown for speed repeats for Tuesday. Now let's take a look at Wednesday's workout, which is going to be an easy run. So today I'm back down at the state park. I had actually intended to be on the other side of the lake today to start, because I wanted to do a little bit more exploring over there. But unfortunately they had the road closed and I couldn't get in. So I'm back down over by the boat launch today. Beautiful, bright, sunny day today for an easy run. So today is Wednesday. I'm going to be running, start out by running a 5-minute jog to warm up. And then I'm going to run for 35 minutes at my easy run pace, which is a 9:14 to a 10:14 minute mile. And then I'll end the workout with a 5-minute jog to cool down. I'm wearing the Brooks Glycerin 19s today. Because I had intended to be on the other side of the lake, there's a lot of pavement over there, so I thought that would just be a nice cushioned run today. So we'll see how these do in some gravel. So it's a little bit unexpected, but that's okay. I'm going to run gravel trails over here. There's a mix of gravel and pavement, so I should get a little bit of both of it in. And we'll let you know how it goes. Okay, so let's go ahead and break down the workout. To do that, again, I'm pulling the information right from the Garmin app. I'm going to start right out with the summary information, and you can see that the total workout was 48 minutes and 40 seconds. I ran for 5.6 miles, and then I'm going to scroll over here. And my average pace, 8:42 minute mile. My average speed was 6.9 miles an hour. We'll scroll over one more time. My average heart rate was 158 beats per minute with my max heart rate of 173 beats per minute. Now, this was being measured with my Vivoactive 3 wrist monitor and not the chest strap that I put on later in the week. My elevation gain was 213 feet. My elevation loss was 213 feet. So, a bit of hills there that I was running on, but not terribly bad. And then we're going to scroll over and we're going to take a look at the different lap times. And you can see that lap 1 was 9 minutes and 47 seconds. Now, obviously, that's my warm-up period. That's the 5 minutes I jogged to warm up. And then lap 2 was an 8:16 minute mile, and then an 8:35 minute mile. Lap 4, 8:33. 5 was 8:35. 6 was 8:47. Scroll over again, and then we're getting into lap 7, which was 9:01, and then lap 8, 8:27, with a total or average pace of an 8:42 minute mile. I'm going to scroll over again, and we're just going to take a look visually. I do like to look at the graphs. It's just kind of a quick reference so that you can kind of see where you're at. And you can see that my pace, for the most part, remained the same. Any spikes in there might be as a result of me filming for this session, or it could be going downhill, things of that nature. But for the most part, I've been really trying hard to honor the different Garmin workouts that are presented to me and not overdo or underperform those. So I am working hard to try to get better in the zone, as I guess they say. Now I'm going to scroll over again. My heart rate, 158 beats per minute, if I didn't mention that, with a max of 173 beats per minute, and again, measured with my Vivoactive 3. Scrolling over, we can see that my cadence was pretty steady. It had an average steps per minute of 190 with a max of 208. And then we can see the elevation gain and loss there in the green graph. And then we'll scroll over again one last time, where we can see that most of my time was spent in zone 5 for my heart rate. So this is what prompted me later in the week to use my chest strap to see how accurate this wrist monitor is, because it seems a little wonky, for lack of a better description, that my heart rate zone, that I would be spending so much time in zone 5 for my heart rate zone, just based on my metrics that I presented so far. So but we'll check that out later on, and because I did do a workout using just the chest strap. So that's it. That's the breakdown for Wednesday's easy run. Next up is a progression run on Friday. I'm going to be wearing a chest strap heart monitor on Friday, so let's check that out. So happy Friday. Today is the last workout for this week, which is week 4 of our 15-week half marathon training program using the Garmin Coach app. Today I'm going to be running a progression run. So I'm going to start with a 5-minute jog to warm up. And then I'm going to run 20 minutes at my easy run pace, which is a 9:14 to a 10:14 minute mile. And then I'm going to pick up the pace and run an additional 10 minutes at a 7:14 to a 7:34 minute mile. And then I'm going to end the workout with a 5-minute jog to cool down. I'm recording this in my car just for audio reasons. It's really windy out today, but it's nice. It's 60 degrees, sunny, so it should be a really fun run here out at the park. I changed up a couple of things for today. First, I changed up my shoes. I had been running pretty much in the Hoka Mach 4s for the last couple of weeks. But today, I'm wearing the New Balance 1080 V11s. 2/3 of this workout are going to be at an easy pace, and I think they'll do great at that. Also, I'm wearing a heart monitor chest strap, as opposed to using the wrist monitor that's built into my Vivoactive 3. So I'll be curious to see if there's any differences in how it records my heart rate, whether maybe my heart rate is much higher than I think that it is, or maybe it's lower, or maybe there's no difference at all. But I'm anxious to see, what the differences might be. hey, I'll let you know how it goes, and we'll get on with the workout. So the workout is complete. I'm back in my car, but I was a little too anxious to wait till I got home to see how I had done. So I went ahead and synced my watch with my phone and got the results here. So I thought I'd just go over with them with you real quick here. So it took me 40 minutes to do the workout. I ran 4.78 miles today. I had an average pace of an 8:23 minute mile, with my best pace being a 6:31 minute mile. My average speed, 7.2 miles an hour, with a max speed of 9.2 miles an hour. My heart rate, and this was something I was really curious as to whether or not the strap would make a difference. When it came in at 159 beats per minute on average, with a max heart rate of 178 beats per minute. It's a little bit high, but it was a progression run, so I kind of expected it to be up high, or somewhere in that area. It should have been in zone 5, at least for part of the time. My average run cadence was 188 steps per minute, with a max of 208 steps per minute. My elevation gain was 82 feet, with a loss of 79 feet. And I'm going to scroll over and take a look at the laps. Lap 1, I was warming up that first 5 minutes at a 10:18 minute mile pace on average. But then I kind of went a little faster than what I was intending to do. But the shoes felt good, and I just kind of went with it. I ran an 8:29 minute mile for the second lap, and then an 8:30, 9:16, and then lap 5 and 6 are the progression run piece of it. So that's the 10 minutes where I was needing to stay within a 7:14 and 7:34 minute mile, and my lap 5 was 7:13, so pretty damn close. And then lap 6 was 7:27, so right in the ballpark for what Garmin was calling for. Overall, my total lap times, as I mentioned earlier, was an 8:23 minute mile. And as I scroll over, just visually, you can see my pace, and it did obviously spike there when I got into the progression run part of it, and you can see that my heart rate went up as I went into the progression run. My cadence stayed pretty steady. The New Balance 1080V 11s feel really good, especially when you're forefoot running. I don't think they're a terrific shoe if you're a heel striker, but on a forefoot, they've got lots of cushion up there, and it just felt really good to kind of bounce off the pavement. That's the other thing I do want to note, though, is that toward the in the progression piece of it, I ran right off the pavement right into gravel. And that gravel was pretty difficult to maintain that pace. It was a lot harder of a workout than had I been just on pavement. But the 1080V 11s did fine in the gravel. It was just a little bit more difficult to get moving or keep moving fast. And then all the way there at the bottom, I'm in the heart rate zone of zone 4 most of the time for the workout. So there it is. That's the breakdown for Friday. I hope you're having a great day today, and I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. As always, run tall, run strong, be kind to one another. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.